An open source AI just made a full video of an otter using a laptop on a plane in 3 minutes on a regular computer. This is Models and Agents for Beginners, episode 136. Think about the last time you wanted to create something visual for a school project or a quick video for social media. A few years back, that meant sending your idea off to some distant company server and waiting for results. Now, an open weights model called Minimax H3 can build the whole scene on your own laptop, complete with sound, in roughly 3 minutes. Open weights means the model's numbers and rules sit out in the open for anyone to download and run locally. It works like getting the full recipe and every ingredient instead of ordering a finished dish from a restaurant kitchen. Ethan Mollick tested this by typing in a prompt about an otter using a laptop on an airplane. The output showed natural motion and matching audio generated together on ordinary consumer hardware. Less than 2 years ago, the same quality level would have required expensive remote data centers and per-second fees. Running it at home keeps your prompts and finished clips completely private. No one else sees what you are experimenting with, which removes both cost and waiting. Picture a personal notebook where every sketch stays between the pages instead of being scanned by a shared scanner. That shift turns video creation into something students and hobbyists can explore without limits on an everyday machine. The real headline is how fast the progress happened. What once needed cloud time now runs at home, placing video tools in the same everyday category as text and image generators. If you have a reasonably powerful computer, you can download Minimax H3 and test a simple scene yourself. Try typing something like a cat riding a skateboard in a park, and watch how motion and sound come together. The experiment itself shows these tools moving from research demos to something you can run on your own device. Now let us look under the hood at how a full language model can fit inside a spreadsheet. You know how a recipe card lists every step and every measurement so nothing stays hidden? A spreadsheet version of a tiny GPT does exactly that, except each cell holds one tiny calculation in the full sequence. The creator built a working nano GPT with about 85,000 parameters and placed every multiplication and addition into visible cells. You can watch text turn into numbers, see those numbers get multiplied by weights, and watch the final numbers become predicted words. Because everything lives in plain sight, you can click any cell and trace exactly which earlier cells fed into it. It feels like opening the hood of a car and finding every wire, bolt, and connection labeled and reachable by hand. The spreadsheet recreates the full GPT architecture, so every attention layer and feed-forward step appears as ordinary spreadsheet formulas. Change one input number and watch how that single change ripples through dozens of later cells until it affects the final prediction. The point is not to use this tiny model for real work. The point is to remove the mystery by showing the same operations that happen at huge scale inside bigger systems. When you later see ChatGPT or similar tools, you already recognize the basic pattern of turning words into numbers, doing lots of math, and turning numbers back into words. That single spreadsheet makes the black box feel far less black. Once the small version makes sense, the large versions stop seeming like magic and start looking like very large, very fast copies of the same recipe. Here is one free tool you can try right now that turns any city into a clean poster. An open source project lets you pick any place in the world and instantly generate a minimalist map poster from its street layout. No design skills are required because the tool pulls public map data and builds the image for you. Go to the tool website, type your hometown or a city you want to visit, and hit generate. You can tweak line thickness or colors if you like, then download the result for printing or a phone background. It becomes a fun way to notice how streets form patterns you never spot when walking around them. Another free resource shows the whole family tree of neural networks in one clear graphic. Instead of just hearing the words neural network, you can see how different designs connect and branch out. Open the image and zoom into sections that interest you. You will notice some designs focus on images, others on text, and some try to combine both. It works like studying a subway map of AI ideas, rather than trying to memorize every stop by name. One experiment compares 3 ways to give an AI its own computer. You can let it use your actual laptop, give it a temporary online machine that resets after each use, or give it a persistent online machine that keeps files between sessions. Each choice changes what the AI can remember and do safely. The otter on a plane clip took roughly 3 minutes to generate locally, with sound included. That speed on consumer hardware shows how quickly open video models are catching up to cloud-only tools. And that's a wrap. If any of today's stories made you go, that's cool, go play with it. Curiosity is how every expert started. See you tomorrow. And if you'd rather watch than listen, find us on YouTube at NARA Network. Links in the show notes. This show comes to you from the NARA Network. If you want another sharp daily briefing, Planetarian Daily has you covered. Daily breakthroughs in science, health, and longevity. All our shows are free at naranetwork.com. And on the website, every episode's visuals live in our free image gallery at naranetwork.com/gallery. Royalty-free under Creative Commons. Download with attribution. This episode used AI voice synthesis of my voice. Editorial selection and analysis are my own.